Good morning, children. Hope you're all fine. Welcome to today's class. Children, don't you love reading comic stories? In fact, young and old equally enjoy reading comic stories. A comic story is easily understood through pictures with strips of text for support. Today, let us do a comic story of Gopal and the Hilsa fish from the book Honeycomb. This lesson is a comic visualization of a story of a king who challenged his witty courtier Gopal to bring Hilsa fish to the court, ensuring that no one talked about Hilsa fish all the way. He successfully completed the challenge in the funniest way possible. Now let's see how it happens. It was the season for Hilsa fish. Fishermen could think of nothing but Hilsa fish. And everyone was talking about it as they were surprised and happy with the availability of the fish. The fishermen were the happiest as they could earn better with the immense treasure. The markets were all flooded with Hilsa fish. And in the palace too, the courtiers could discuss nothing but Hilsa fish. The king was annoyed and fed up with the discussions of Hilsa fish. He shouted at the courtier who boasted about the size of a Hilsa fish he had caught. The king later realized that he had overreacted and felt very guilty. He further added that even Gopal could not resist mentioning about Hilsa fish. However, Gopal informed him that he could bring a huge Hilsa fish without anyone discussing a word about it. And then, after a few days, Gopal dressed himself as a madman. His face was half shaven and smeared with ash. He even wore tattered clothes and went to the market. He bought a huge Hilsa fish and walked towards the palace. Everybody noticed his appearance in rags and made fun of him, calling him names, a madman, a mystic, etc. But no one talked about the Hilsa fish. When he reached the palace, he was stopped by the guards. His stupid behavior attracted the attention of the king, who wanted to see the crazy visitor. No one could recognize Gopal. The king was surprised when his true personality was revealed. He told him that because of his appearance, nobody talked about the fish. They were taken aback and were repelled by his shabby clothes. Thus, he won the challenge. Now, let's discuss the question and answers given behind the text. First question: why did the king want no more talk about the Hilsa fish? Answer: it was a season of Hilsa fish and everyone was talking only about it. This had infuriated the king so much that he didn't want anyone to talk about Hilsa fish anymore. Second question: what did the king ask Gopal to do to prove that he was clever? Answer is, the king asked Gopal to buy a huge Hilsa fish from the market and ensure that no one talked about the fish on his way to the palace. Third question: what three things did Gopal do before he went to buy his Hilsa fish? Answer is, Gopal dressed himself as a madman in rags with half-shaven face and ash smeared all over his body before going out to buy Hilsa fish. Fourth question: how did Gopal get inside the palace to see the king after he had bought the fish? Answer: Gopal started singing and dancing in front of the palace in a loud voice. The king heard the noise and asked the man to be brought inside. Fifth question. Explain why no one seemed to be interested in talking about the Hilsa fish which Gopal had bought. Answer. No one was interested in the Hilsa fish Gopal had bought because of his funny appearance. He appeared like a madman in his rags, half-shaven face and ash-smeared body. People seemed to be more interested in his appearance than the fish. Sixth question. Write true or false against each of the following sentences. The first one is, the king lost his temper easily. So what is it? You saw that king lost his temper when people were talking about the Hilsa fish. So what is it? It is true. So the king lost his temper easily. It is true. The second one, Gopal was a madman. So was he a madman? No, he had dressed up as a madman. So it is false. Third one, Gopal was a clever man. Was he a clever man? Yes, because he had found a way to make people stop talking about Hilsa fish. So he had dressed up as a madman and people had only talked about him instead of talking about the fish. So this shows that he was a clever man. So it is true. Fourth one, Gopal was too poor to afford decent clothes. So is it the case? No. He wanted to win the challenge. So he had dressed up as a madman. So this is false. Fifth one, the king got angry when he was shown to be wrong. Did he get angry when he was shown to be wrong? No. So it is false. Hope you have understood this chapter. Please read it once again. If you have any doubts, you can clear it. Thank you.